Hi everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It's Caroline here from craftycarolinecreates.com. Today I have a little bit of a different video for you. This is probably one of the most requested videos that I actually get regularly asked to do a little tour of my craft space, and I've always been a bit reluctant to do that because my craft space is pretty small, and most of the craft room tours that I see on the internet are, phenomenal spaces. Mine is not on that scale at all, but I thought it would be helpful maybe for some people to see that actually you can still have a really nice craft space and create some really lovely things without having to have a huge space and without having to have £1 million of crafting products. So should we go and have a look? I'll start by showing you what we've got. Okay, I'm going to start back here so you can see sort of the whole space. It's not a great big room. What it is a little space that I've carved out. I think when the architect was designing the house, this was really probably going to be walk-in wardrobe. So behind this wall here, you can see there's a little wall here. This is my bedroom, and through this door here, this is our ensuite. And I think they were going to put wardrobes in here or something, but we managed to put the wardrobes in the main room. So I was able to sort of steal this bit of space back to be my crafting room. And what I've got over here is, you can see, 2 shelves. This is my desk. This is actually a kitchen bench from IKEA that I've put on top of a kitchen unit. So the drawers here are a kitchen unit and a chair. So it's not a huge space. And then I've got some shelves. I thought I was being really clever and arty shelves, but I wish they were a bit longer now so I can fit more things on them. I wish I'd gone for sort of the full length of the wall. So this is where I sit, you can see here, and do all my crafting. So if we start down in this corner, and this is where I have my ink pads. These are 2 cardboard boxes that they come in when you buy the colour families, and then I've just stacked some in the middle. I think this is, for me, the neatest solution because it doesn't take a lot of desk space up, where if I had the colour caddy, which is fantastic, and I wish I had a big enough craft room to have that, it would take up a lot more sort of space in this corner. As you can see, I don't really have an organisation for my ink pads. They just sort of get stuck in anyway. I have not tried to tidy up actually. I'm trying to do a bit of a warts and all tour. Of course I've done a little bit of tidying up. It's not always this tidy, but I haven't sort of, faked it and organised all my ink pads really beautifully. Got some children's blocks. These are essential when you are trying to do a little bit of crafting and you have small children. I have a mug that I've had for a long time. Just Cadbury's mini egg mug. I had this when I was at university actually, so what's that, sort of 16, 17 years ago, with pens in it, and it sort of always followed me around. And this just sits in, it's quite full at the moment, so we've got scissors, pens, piercers, nail files, aqua painters, spritzers, more scissors, sort of all the sort of essentials that I just want to grab and have to hand. Stampin piercing, that is just sitting there. This is something that I made very recently actually. I think this might be Friday's project video actually. A nice little desk caddy with some little notes in there. Okay, and then above where I sit, and I'm quite tall, so I can sit at my seat here and reach up and grab down my stamps. These are all the stamps that I have at the moment. Again, I don't have a particular way of organising these. I tend to pull them out of whichever one I want to use, pull it out, and then when I've used it, it goes back at this end. So I do tend to know that stamps that are down here are the ones that I haven't used recently. So if I'm looking for something I haven't used, I want to mix it up a bit, I'll tend to look at stamps down here. But my favourites, my current favourites, always tend to be down at this end because that's where I put them after I've used them. Next to the stamps, I have 4 magazine files, and this is where I keep my cardstock. I don't have a huge amount of cardstock. I like to sort of have enough to hand to use, but without sort of investing in huge amounts. I do tend to generally buy the mixed packs of cardstocks, and I just take them out of the plastic folders and I just stack them up. So I have Subtles, Brights and Regals, one for each, like this, and I can always see, you see I've got a lot of Mellow Mambo, need to use up some of that, and a lot of Pear Pizzazz. And it means that I don't have to worry about them fading too much because they get used up pretty quickly, and I don't have to worry about them sort of falling, bending over their own weight, because as I said, they do get used up pretty quickly by just keeping the amounts quite low. Sort of offcuts I'd sort of put in the front, but I must say I am pretty strict on myself with cardstock, so pretty frivolous you could say, and I don't tend to keep too many scraps. This is probably the smallest scrap that I would keep, maybe half that size I would keep, and I just keep them in the front, and I always look in the front first before I get a full sheet of cardstock. So you can see I've got a few more halves there. So I've got the subtles, the brights and the regals, and then this one is where I keep my ink colours, neutrals. We've got Whisper White and Berry Vanilla in there. I've also got my catalogue and some notes. On the shelf above here we can see I've got my Memories and More album, which is the one I'm working on at the moment. Then I have 3 of these boxes from IKEA. This first one here, I'll get it down. Can I do that one-handed? I can show you. You can see what's in there. That's where I keep all of my dies and my embossing folders. I'm not sure this is the best place to have them because I do forget about them sometimes, and I don't have an organisational system. They are just all thrown in there. And then in these 2 I have extra supplies, so I have sort of things like note cards, Tombow glues. I have a little bit of extra things that I have for team gifts, those sort of things, embellishments, that sort of thing. And then here I have some more cardstock. So I've got some whole packs of sort of Whisper White, Berry Vanilla, got some Cherry Cobbler, must be getting ready for Christmas when I ordered that. And then, as I said, these are what I tend to buy, which is these multi-colour family packs. You get 2 sheets in there. Okay. Then on the other side of my desk, I just pull my seat out. Obviously I have my grid paper. This is where I do most of my crafting. Spend a lot of happy hours in this seat. In this corner I have my markers. Now I used to keep these up on the shelf up here, but I found I wasn't using them at all, and having them here means they're much more accessible and I do use them a lot more. Also stuck in there is a silicone mat. My radio, I do like listening to radio when I'm crafting. My planner, I love my planner. I am so tempted, I am resisting every time I put in an order not to buy the new Stampin' Up planner. I've only had this about 4 or 5 months, so I really can't justify buying another one, but I'm so tempted, and I know I will give in at some point. Maybe I'll be a Christmas present to myself or something. So this is where I keep all my notes, all my measurements. I plan out all my blog posts, all my videos, everything goes in here. I've got my remote control and my lamp. This is the remote control for the radio, which I really need when it's so close. I have some hand cream. I always try to keep some hand cream, and whenever I finish crafting I always try and put some hand cream on. This was actually a gift from one of my lovely customers, from Cindy. And then this bottle of Moe has a bit of a story behind it. I bought this a night out after I had passed my A-levels, which are the exams we take before going to university in the UK, and I did really well and got into university, and I thought I was the height of sophistication buying a whole bottle of champagne, a mini bottle of champagne, even in a club. You know, those were the days where you didn't really have an awful lot of money to go out with, but then after I bought it I really quickly got buyer's remorse and didn't drink it and took it home, and I've sort of carried it around with me ever since, and I sort of never opened it, and I just look at it and it reminds me of, you know, that feeling of having worked hard and I've achieved something and being able to, you know, treat yourself. And yeah, I just find that that is a good reminder to have for everything I do in life. Actually, if you work hard, you do generally get the rewards. And just a little bit further up, I got a bit philosophical there, didn't it? Just a little bit further up, those are the awards that I got last November at Stampin' Up's On Stage event. All those ribbons representing the awards that I got, and the top one was my title at the time. So I'm hoping to get another one of those in November with a few more awards on it, hopefully, fingers crossed. Next to me where I sit, I have 3 drawers, and as I said, this is just an IKEA kitchen cabinet that we put under the bench. Cheap as chips. I think the whole desk and shelves cost about £100, not a huge amount of investment. So if we just pull out the top drawer, this drawer I tend to have open when I am crafting, and as I said, I haven't tidied this up very much at all. I'm not the neatest of persons, but it works for me. This side I have all my ribbons. Now a lot of people sort these in colours. I sort of try and keep my ribbons relatively neat because These get very messy very easily, and I keep them in style families. So see, we've got these 3, these 4 are the same, these 3 are the same, these same. So those are all my ribbons, and I like having them next to me, so I sort of, this drawer is generally always out when I'm crafting, so I can grab things. Then I've got 2 little tubs. This one has all my clay blocks in it, and then stuck down the side got things like dimensionals and embellishments and things like that. This one, yeah, probably needs a bit of a tidy up, doesn't it? Got a random child's toothbrush. Don't know what I've been using that for. Obviously it's done with brushing teeth, but must have had to use it for something. Yeah, so we've got glue dots, tear tape, got some Versamark, snail. This is just things that I grab out. There's a block in the wrong place, embossing powders underneath, washi tape, sorts of things that I might want to grab as inspiration takes, and some more things at the side here, embellishments. So the watercolour pencils actually. And then in the middle got some more handheld punches, and these are all my reinkers at the back. These are the ones I bought in colour families. These are the ones that I have bought as I have gone along. Should probably make something to put those in a bit better than just sticking them in. And this is my stamping scrub spray. Obviously it needs to have that to hand. Okay, the next drawer down has all of my punches. And then this, and they just, at the moment, they just about fit the bottom of my drawer. I've got, those are stacked up because I have 2 of the same ones. They just about still fit in the bottom of my drawer. And then this is all my retired ribbons. So that means when Eva is doing some crafting, she knows she can freely use all of these bits. And there's retired embellishments and things that she can play with. So we keep those to hand so she can use those rather than my new ones. And the bottom drawer is where I keep all my things like my scoreboard, my trimmer, yeah, some of the things like that in the bottom there. Okay. The other storage I have over here, I have a little, everybody will recognise this IKEA, I think it's a Kallax. Lots of people have these in their house, don't they? And again, this probably could do with a bit of tidying. The top of it is where my Big Shot lives. So I use this as a bit of a Big Shot station. So I sort of slide back and forward between my desk and my Big Shot. I also use this as a staging area. So when I am making thank you cards, which I've just finished, they will be sort of work in progress here. If I am doing prepping for filming, I will lie that out here as well. Then underneath is a bit chaotic, and I'll show you what we got. Got an old catalogue there. Then this is all my 12 by 12 cardstock and designer series paper. This needs a bit of a clear out because we've got some new stuff and some old stuff mixed in together. Lots of things like window sheets and foil and things like that all in there. Then I have my 6x6 DSP stack. I've got a few Christmas stamp sets down here. And then envelopes for when I am posting things out. This one is a bit of a dumping ground. We'll not linger too long on there, but I've got, I can see some Big Shot platforms, I can see some random glasses, memory and more cards, whole bunch, a lot of postage stuff in there as well, and then some extra project gifts ready to send out to sort of new team members and things like that. At the bottom shelf is all my old Project Life stuff that I've had for a little while. And then in the blue box here is where, I don't even know if I want to open it. I haven't checked what's in there for a while, but I don't know how neat it's going to be. But I've definitely got my selfie printer in there. Probably some other stuff as well. So that's it basically. And down here is a picture from our wedding where we got all of our guests to sign around the frame. And that needs to be put up somewhere. I think it's going to go up on this wall here when I get a chance. So yeah, that was it. Come back and say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back on Friday with a proper crafty video, which I hope you will enjoy. If you want to buy any Stampin' Up products, you know to go over to craftycarolinecrates.com and you can do that there. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.